Hello! It's Tuesday night, and I'm out on my truck run. But I thought I'd take a moment to say something I was thinking about. In the book of Matthew, verse 6, chapter 6, verse 24, it says, "We cannot serve two masters." So that means basically we cannot be a slave of two masters. We're a slave of a lot of things. Automatically we think we're a slave of certain sinful things such as alcohol, drugs, pornography, gambling. Those are just a few. But we're also a slave on other areas. Work, we're a slave to our work. We can't make enough money, so we got to work continuously almost. Never really take a day off and relax. We're a slave to food. There's some people there that their weight is just way over the limit, of unhealthiness because they can't stay away from food. There's a lot of things that we are a slave to, but we're not. Some of us aren't really a slave to God. You know, I gotta say, you know, a few years back, I don't know how long ago, I wasn't really thinking about being a slave to God. Um, and I'm not any better than anybody else out there. Uh, I've had people though say, "Hey, I see you talk a bit about God there, so we kind of unfollowed you." That's your choice. You know, I I'd rather have the acknowledgement that people are, might leave me because they don't like to hear about God. Well, okay, that means at least I'm aiming the right direction. You know, um, doesn't mean I'm a goody two sure, but I'm just trying to be more of a slave to who I should be a slave to than a slave to worldly things. You know, um, because really in the end, you know, you can be friends with a lot of people there that are friends, the slave to worldly stuff. But when the time comes, eternity being separated from pure love and happiness just because we wanted to be a slave to something that was taking us away from God, it's not really a great decision. You know, when 9/11 occurred, when the planes went through the Twin Towers, was many of you kind of expecting that to happen? I didn't. I'm pretty sure that took a lot of people off by surprise. Well, guess what? When God comes back, if He comes back during a time that we're alive, we won't be expecting. It'll be a surprise. We won't have time to change who we're a slave to. You know, so really, to a certain aspect, what's wrong with just trying to be a better person and be a slave to God? You know, every single day, I can guarantee if you follow me around, you're going to see that I'm not exactly a true good Christian because there are days that I make bad mistakes and I fall down and I have to pick back myself up. You know, um, I'm not always the greatest husband. I could be a better one at times, I'm sure. But I know that if I just simply aim to be a slave to certain things of this world, I'm going to be making a really bad decision. So, you know, I'd rather have bad days with people around because I'm trying to become a slave to God than make friends of people around me because I choose not to. So, because in the end, I won't have people around to defend me in front of God. It'll be just between me and God. So it's don't know. It was just something that came across my mind, so I wanted to bring it to your attention. Don't be a slave to the world. Excel to be a slave to God. Thank you. God bless.